Hey guys, we are on day 28. We are in Genesis 46 and 47, and we are finally at the part of the story where Joseph is going to go down into Egypt. He's been told that his son Joseph is alive, and he is going to want to see that for with his own eyes, and see his son still alive. So, Verse 46, it says, Israel set out with all that was his, and when he reached Beersheba, he offered sacrifices to God, to the God of his father Isaac. And God spoke to Israel in a vision at night and said, Jacob, Jacob. And he says, here I am. And verse 3 of chapter 46 says, I am God, the God of your father, he said. Do not be afraid to go down to Egypt, for I will make you into a great nation there. I will go down to Egypt with you, and I will surely bring you back. And Joseph's own hand will close your eyes. And so God says, go down. All of the other promises that I've made to you about the land of Bethel that I promised to give you, the land of your father Isaac, the land of his father Abraham, that's all still yours. Go down to Egypt, for God is going to make him a great nation in Egypt, and he's going to bless their time there. And he says Joseph's own hand is going to close his eyes. So he's saying in the same sentence, right? Go down there, I'll bring you back, but you're going to die there. So he obviously is saying, I'll bring the nation of Israel back, your descendants after you will come back from Egypt. And so Jacob takes all of his offspring, all that he owns, and they go down into Egypt, and Joseph sets them up really skillfully in a great land for them. They're shepherds. He tells them to tell Pharaoh that they're shepherds because shepherds are detestable to the Egyptians, and that means they're going to get this really choice piece of land in Goshen where they're going to be able to be shepherds and be left essentially alone and not really bothered by the Egyptians while they're there. And so Joseph, chapter 47, verse 11 says, Joseph settled his father and his brothers in Egypt and gave them property in the best part of the land in the district of Ramesses, as Pharaoh had directed. Joseph also provided his father and his brothers and all his father's household with food according to the number of their children. So they have land, they have a place to spread out and to become prosperous and numerous, and they're taken care of during famine. And Joseph has set this up. Meanwhile, things don't go as well for the actual Egyptians that Pharaoh rules over. Joseph sort of brings them to the land to a point. It says Joseph reduced the people to servitude from one end of Egypt to the other. Under Joseph's oversight, the people become indebted to Pharaoh because they can't afford to pay any longer for food. Pharaoh has taken all of their money, then they give him their land, and now they owe him 1/5 of everything that they plant every year. And so Pharaoh rises to power during this time. God blesses Israel. And then at the end of this chapter, in chapter 47, we have this encounter with Joseph and his father Jacob. And here's what Jacob says to him. Verse 29, it says, when the time drew near for Israel to die, or for Jacob to die, he called for his son Joseph and said to him, if I have found favor in your eyes, put your hand under my thigh and promise that you will show me kindness and faithfulness. Do not bury me in Egypt when I rest with my fathers. Carry me out of Egypt and bury me where they are buried. Because, and it seems like if you just read through this quickly, it seems like kind of a weird request on his father's behalf. But Jacob knows that their story is not supposed to end in Egypt, that this is not the place that God has for them, and that while their time there right now is good, ultimately God has something better and bigger for them outside of Egypt, in the land of Bethel and in the land of Abraham and Isaac, where God had promised to give them that land. That's where they're meant to be. And that's God's plan for him. And so he's saying, Promise me that you will take my bones out of this place when you leave, because you will leave this place one day. And that is going to be such an important promise for the Israelites to hang on to. So it's just something that God was putting on my heart that I didn't want you guys to miss or skip over today. I hope it encourages you. And I hope that you guys are really enjoying this journey we're on reading through the Bible. Keep it up, stay strong, keep going. If you miss a couple days, you can catch up or just jump right back in to what you've missed. And hopefully we'll do a little backtracking so that you don't feel too lost. Have a great day, guys. I hope that your day is blessed and wonderful.